Hello everyone, Minky here with the first part, or episode, whatever I decide to call it, probably part, I don't know, of another challenge run that I want to do. This one being on Pokémon Emerald, Nuzlocke. Now, I'm a little scared of doing this, because I've only attempted really like 2 Nuzlockes in my life, and I've never really gotten that far in either of them. I did one for Pokemon Blue, I remember, and I only got up to like Mount Moon, but then I realised that, I realised that I caught 3 Raticates, and I completely forgotten about the the no repeats rule that you could have. And another one was a yellow Nuzlocke that this was originally going to be, but I've unfortunately lost that file. Which is kind of unfortunate because it was a randomized one. It was the spawns and such were randomized and the likes. So it's kind of a pity that I couldn't do that one. But I'm at least changing it for this one. So Pokemon Emerald, which I'm more familiar with. Well, I might be less familiar with it nowadays, given that it's been actually kind of a long time since I've actually played anything Generation 3. In fact, the last time I played was probably I think mid-March of 2020. To be fair, the last time I did play Emerald, it was probably a few months ago, March this year, or maybe March last year, I don't know, or it would have been within the last 18 months or so, as of recording this, which is the 3rd of November, by the way, but that was only like a little bit for something else, so it wasn't really much of a Nuzlocke, if you will, Oh, it wasn't anything of a Nuzlocke. That was the last time I just played Gen 3, and that was something that we got in Pokemon Bank, so, it's, I'm very out of touch with this generation, which is a real shame because I'm a Gen 3er, so, obviously, I should know this gen and whatnot, and I've been really missing this generation, to be completely honest with you. I really want to play some more, and I'm really looking forward to playing more. As you've been seeing, I've been doing Gen 2 8 videos, which I'll link that down below. But I've also been doing, well, I haven't done it yet, but I think you can imagine what the next one's going to be, so, but yeah, let's name myself. Alright, so a Nuzlocke then as well. Now a Nuzlocke, just to give you a rundown of the rules of what a Nuzlocke is, should I do all caps? Yeah, I'll go all caps. I'll see about, maybe I'll make that thing to the channel, but I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, I'll make it for this LP at least. But if you know what Nuzlocke is, basically the rules are simple. You can only catch the first spawn in each area, or you can only get the first Pokemon you come across. You can only you have to nickname everyone. If a Pokemon, all your Pokemon, I mean, if a Pokemon faints, then they're basically dead. You can't use them again in the run. I think those are the basics, the very extreme basics. Now I'm gonna make things a bit easier for myself because this is my first proper Nuzlocke. This is something I'm gonna try and do proper and whatnot. So there is a rule for no repeats. So if you run into a Pokemon that you've already got on your team, then you can decide not to count it and catch a different Pokemon. So for example, if my first spawn in this case is, let's say, a Poochyena, and then in another route later on it also becomes Poochyena, then I can choose not to get that Poochyena and instead go for the second spawn. So if that's something I can choose to do if I so please in that case. Well, that's a rule that you can choose to add to yourself to make things a bit easier for you, to help diversify your team. There's another rule. I don't know if this has a rule. I don't know if this has a name even, I should say. But there's another rule that says, like, any spawns that you encounter while you don't have a Pokeball, they don't count. So at the beginning, I'm gonna have to go through Route 101 and Route 103 and encounter a bunch of Pokemon. Well, maybe not a bunch, but I'm gonna have to encounter some Pokemon. And if I don't have any since I don't have any Pokeballs, I don't have to count them until I actually get Pokeballs. In which case, I will have to count them once I do get Pokeballs. So that's another thing, another sort of thing, if you will, that that is happening here. Another one of the rules that I'm adding, because again, this is my first proper Nuzlocke, my first one I'm going to actually try and finish, So, I am a little nervous about it, but, fingers crossed I can actually get it sorted and whatnot. Fingers crossed I can get it done, Alright, so yeah, I've just basically gone through the whole intro. Well, not the whole intro, but actually, another thing I should mention as well. So I mentioned the yellow Nuzlocke. I mentioned I was going to do the yellow Nuzlocke, but I ended up losing that. I was actually going to do that alongside a friend, but obviously, like, I can't do that now because I've lost the file and whatnot. Instead, I've changed things up a bit. I've discussed it with them, obviously, and instead we're going to choose. I'm going to do Emerald instead, obviously. We're going to change things up a little bit, and and I'm going to do Emerald. I'm going to do base Emerald. They're going to be doing like a randomized yellow, so and that playlist will be down below in the description, so if you want to go check their Let's Play out, their Nuzlocke, it'll be right down there. So this is tough. Now I've actually got to pick a starter. I didn't actually think about this beforehand. Well, you know what, I'll go with Mudkip, because I'm so used to picking Mudkip that I probably should be used to it by now. To the point where, like, it should be, it should help out a lot. Now this encounter, obviously this is the first encounter of the route, but obviously it doesn't count because I don't have Pokeballs. Therefore, it's fine. What? What? Are you serious? I've never had that happen to me before. I swear I've never had them have an Oranberry before. What? Am I actually gonna not faint this? Because I know if you try and lose to them, I know they run away before too long, before you get too damaged. So wow, I've never actually seen that happen before, where they have an Oranberry. At least that I remember of, anyway. Wow, that's actually amazing. But yeah, I know Mudkip's not the best choice later on, given a certain battle we have to do, and I'm pretty sure most people know what I'm talking about. It's not going to be fun, but hey, let's hope, that I can get something good for that. Alright. Now I know another rule that people typically do is they'll say, like, they'll have like a level curve, so they'll say, like, oh, you can't have a Pokemon. Say say a certain trainer has a level 12 Pokemon, and that's the highest level. They'll say they can't get a level 13 or higher Pokemon in their team for the Nuzlocke. I'm not gonna do that rule because, I obviously, because again, I want to try and actually, do good. I want to try and get the hang of it, if you will. I want to try and, figure things out and actually get, try and at least get a grip on things, if you will. So I'm not gonna do the, I'm not gonna do many things. I'm basically gonna do bare bones kind of Nuzlocke, because I want to get into it, if you will. I want to try it out and whatnot, and just see how far I can go. And if I can actually beat the game, then that would be pretty cool. That would actually be, that would be pretty nice, if I can actually beat the game as well. Which, if I do beat the game, then what I'll do is I'll actually do like a bonus series for this Let's Play with whatever team I build up. But I'll obviously try and stick to what I can and whatnot. Now, as you can see as well, I've just encountered a Wurmple. I've now encountered a Wingull, which is level 4, so that's a little bit scary. Now these two don't count, so these two routes are completely fine. Even though I've encountered something, I don't have any Pokeballs, so they're both completely fine. So I can encounter whatever I want on these two routes, and it's completely fine. It does not make a difference. I can still come back to these routes and catch something for the team. So that's a really nice thing about that rule, if you will. These don't count. I mean, you can choose for them to count, I'm sure. But like personally, I'm not going to count them. I really hope Wingull isn't the spawn on this route, because they're a water type. Level 6, nice. Now, May's, obviously May starts with level 5 as well. Obviously I'm not following that rule where I have to match her highest level. I'm not going to do that, because that's just the first example, obviously. So, but and obviously I'm already too late anyway. So, like I said, I'm just trying to get the hang of it. I'm just trying to. Plus, as well, it's been ages since I've actually played Generation 3. So, like anything Generation 3 outside of that one moment I played Emerald, like a couple months ago. I don't actually want to. I want to be healed for this. But yeah, outside of that one moment that I played Emerald, like all the way back when, which I don't think really counts because I wasn't really playing it. I'd already had a file on it. It's just I played a little bit of it just to get something to transfer up. And that's all I was doing really. With this though, so I've basically been out of the loop. I've not done anything with Generation 3 in such a long time. So obviously, obviously with all this stuff, I'm just trying to be careful. I've just got to be really careful because I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that I don't lose or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to run away from that. I don't want to be too overpowered as well. I don't want to cheese it too badly, but at the same time, it's a Nuzlocke, So I've got to be really careful with stuff. Level 2 Wingull, I can take that down, that'll be fine. Groundy, by the way, the name Groundy, that's kind of the outside of the usual nickname I go for, which is Torrent nowadays. After the ability, I usually go for like Groundy was the nickname I gave them as a kid, so that's why I've given them that nickname today. Alright, first May battle. Alright, let's do our first battle then. Yep, Trico. As usual, she picks the one that's super effective against yours. What she's well, I guess that makes sense. But that means, oh gosh. Can we do good damage? Ooh, layer twice. Okay, that's a bit. Oh, okay, wow, that's actually. Okay, I was definitely overreacting there. What? That's barely enough to not level me up. I'm pretty good. You're pretty bad. What are you about? You laid twice and you didn't even do that much. I don't. I barely survived. So yeah, this is the first part. I mean, I went for this game because I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I favored this game or if I favored Sapphire. You know, actually, no. Well, I don't know. But like, personally, like obviously, like I've said, my friend has done Yellow Nuzlocke, right? They've done that, and so with Yellow Nuzlocke, I figured and I've got another friend as well who has started a Crystal Nuzlocke, but they've not done anything for it in quite a while, which I know, which is a bit of a pity. You know, it's. I hope they do manage to return to it one day, but you know, it's a bit hit or miss, I guess, for that. But it would be nice if they did. But they've done Crystal, so Yellow, Crystal, and I figured I'd do Emerald, and because we're sort of like our own little friend group, if you will, I figured I might as well do Emerald and sort of like fill in the gaps, if you will, if that makes sense, you know, because it's Yellow, Crystal, Emerald kind of thing. So now I just need a fourth person to do Platinum, you know. But yeah, that's kind of why I went with Pearl, not Pearl, what am I on about? That's why I've done Emerald. Even though, given the plans I've got in the future for the channel, the LPs I've got planned, you know, but despite that, I'm going to go with Emerald here because I figured it's the best one to go for as well for that, so, you know. So that's why I've gone with Emerald. As opposed to Ruby or Sapphire, which, you know, would have been, I don't know. You know, as opposed to Ruby or Sapphire, which would have conflicted with any of my other Let's Play type planning. Although to be fair, well, I mean, you'll see in due time. You know, you'll definitely see in due time how things go. Now, obviously, if you buy 10 Pokeballs as well, by the way, you get a Premier Ball, but it doesn't accumulate. So if you buy 20 at once, you'll only get the one Premier Ball. So you've got to make sure you buy in bulks of 10. And obviously, Pokeballs are going to be very useful in this run because we're going to need to make sure that we actually catch, you know, good Pokemon. And here we have a Wurmple, which is actually kind of nice because with a Wurmple as our first encounter, it's gonna, you know, that's gonna be really nice for a later battle. So I've just got to make sure that I actually catch them. Now I could make things harder on myself and say that I can only use gifts and whatnot, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that for now. I'm gonna stick to, you know, the normal baseline Nuzlocke rules, which obviously I'm mud-slapping, so they hit less, which they're not cooperating with, but oh well. You know, they've not missed once despite all the mud slaps, and yeah, they're in the red, so let's try and catch, which this should catch on the first go. Should have very low chances of not catching. Sweet, first catcher. Alright. I've got to think of a nickname for this guy then. Because I don't have access to the name rater, so I can't just say, oh, I'll think of one later, and then well, I'm pretty sure I can, but I kind of want to now just to get it out of the way, kind of thing. So what can we nickname Wurmple then? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll call him. Well, he'll probably evolve into Nuzlocke. I guess I'll call him Dusty Fly, yeah. You know, because that's kind of both names combined together a little bit, kind of a mishmash mess up, if you will. Alright, that's our Route 101 encounter. So, yeah, that's, so I'm actually alright with, you know, I would prefer Zigzagoon, to be honest. So I'm hoping to see that in the next route. I'm hoping, or at the very least, not, you know, what's it called, Wingull. Alright, what area are you in? Wow, you're not actually that common. Wow. Well, not in that many areas anyway. I would expect you would. But okay, so they're in this area. So they're in Route 103, so that's perfect. So we just gotta hope that this is Zigzagoon or Wurmple. Yes! Zigzagoon. Hopefully, I was hoping for Wurmple if, because then it would obviously not count. Alright, now there's obviously critical hits I've got to worry about, so I'm gonna not risk it and use Mud Slap. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this amount. And hopefully catch. Yeah, got them. Yes. Perfect. I think this is the two perfect Pokemon I could ask for. That's actually amazing. I want to go with Saggy. Actually, no, I don't know about that one. Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. What do I want to go for? Zigzagoon, Linoon. Let's go for Linoon. Yeah. No. Let's I didn't really think of any nicknames for one, to be fair. Gosh, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sure we can change nicknames in the future. You know, like if we don't like the nickname Dusty Fly for Wurmple, I can always change it later on. But I don't know. That sounds a bit too much. I don't know. Let me have a. Maybe I could do Pickoon. Yeah, let's go with Pickoon. You know, pick up combined with Linoon or Zigzagoon, you know, their ability. Alright, do they have an item? No, they don't, but that's fine. That's totally fine. So I'm gonna heal up, and I'm gonna do most of my training off screen as well. I don't know how much. I might do my training off screen. I don't know actually. But I think what I'll do, well, it depends on how much training I really need. But obviously, if one of my Pokemon do faint, then I will, you know, join training. And I will be honest about it. You know, I will be honest. Yeah, I will be honest about it and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. Well, let's take on this trainer then. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of this route. I'm not gonna get this route tackled just yet. I'm not gonna go for the encounter this route just yet because I wanna you know, I don't know if I want to make 3 catches in one video, but you know, for now, let's at least get. Oh, he has Howl. That's going to be a bit of a pain, but we can at least mud slap. And I will need to train up these 2 as well, so I need to be careful. And this is really, that's 2 howls. Okay, good. Oh, he's going for another howl. Go me coughing. Oh, what? Okay, good, he missed as well. That, of course I miss the first tackle I do. Lovely, sweet. Well, I definitely went with the slowest one. I think I got a really bad IV in my speed. Nice, I got an item. Sweet. Great ball already? Wow. They do change as well. Pickups table of possibilities. Oh yeah, what stages do you have? Relax. Okay, maybe I got a. Does relaxed lower speed? I can't remember, to be honest. That's another thing. What about eggs? I think eggs are fine, to be honest. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't even know if 2 of my Pokemon can breed in a minute, really, to be honest. But I don't keep up to date with egg groups too much. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's another thing. What about gift Pokemon? I've got to think about that. I've got to look into what counts for gift Pokemon. You know, if gift Pokemon actually count. Because if, well, I mean, to be fair, Mudkip was on Route 101. To be fair, so I imagine gift Pokemon are just exclusively fine. You know. Or maybe the starter is an exception. I don't know. I need to make sure I update myself on the rules proper. But yeah, it's well, in which case, if Mudkip does count as a Route 101 encounter, which I doubt they do, then that means I can't use Wurmple anymore. Which sucks because I've just given them some experience points, but hey, you know what? It's my first Nuzlocke. I'll go easy for now, but in future when I tackle more Nuzlockes in the future, I'll go more hardcore kind of thing with it. You know, I'll go for harder rules and whatnot. You know, because I need to get back into the run of things, if you will. I need to get back proper, if you will. Alright, now I can't get any further without going to grass, and I don't want to risk encountering something, so I'm going to actually end the part there. And yeah, I'm going to end it there. So wow, we actually got 3 encounters already. We got a few other things. We did the whole intro in one whole go, so that was really nice. So yeah, let's hope we do good in this run for my first Nuzlocke, my first proper Nuzlocke. Alright, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a really minky day.